Sunrise collection. Sunrise, sundown. Sundown? Sundown. Pumping it. My finger is getting a real good workout. And I did stick the stickers on the back. Please do check out... Hello beautiful makeup lovers and welcome back to my channel. It has been a little while since I've done a speed review. I'm not gonna lie, I've been putting it off because I actually didn't keep a list of all the things that I'm supposed to be speed reviewing, so I've had to go through some of my old videos. So if there are things missing, I do apologise. Please do let me know in the comments and I will include them in the next speed review. I promise I will keep a list the next time. So, I like doing first impressions on my channel of lots of different products, but I do like to come back after I've used them quite a few more times and let you know how I feel about them, because sometimes my opinion changes. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and it's not just going to be eyeshadow palettes, which is my passion. It is going to be a whole host of things. So we're just going to dive straight in, and the first thing that's in front of me is the Singe Beauty brushes by Angelica Nyqvist. She launched her own brand and her first product was a set of these 5 brushes. Now I do have a dedicated video on most of the things that I'm going to be talking about, and including these brushes. I did do a video close-ups. I was describing the brushes, reading out the information that came with them on the card, showing you how I used them, and I've been using these a lot. This is what they look like closer up, but please do check out... One disappeared. Please do check out that video if you are interested in all of the details of the individual brushes. You can only buy them as a set currently, and I have to say, I'm a big Angelica Nyqvist fan, but I didn't know if I was going to like these brushes, and they are synthetic brushes that behave like natural hair brushes. And I would say that is pretty true. That claim, I would say, is pretty true. For a synthetic brush, I really like the aesthetic of these and the colour. I like just the whole design of them and the fact that generally they're all quite small, apart from this really big blending brush, which is the EO3, which is really good for blending out. The rest of them are actually quite small, which I love because I love a small detail brush when I have to go in and do blending. Sometimes when you get a set, the brushes are all a little bit too big and there's like one you can use. These, I feel like I get use out of every single brush. My favourites out of these are definitely, like if I could buy them as singles, which I think she might be doing in the future, my favourites are definitely the EO4, which is like a flat, fluffy packer brush, and the EO1, which is again a flat fluffy packer brush, but also it's got a little bit of a point toward the top. It's a little bit more tapered and domed. So I think those two are my favourites, but I like all of these. Like, I'm not mad that I've got any of them in my collection. I'm actually very tempted to pick up a second set, but when they do come out individually, I would definitely buy another EO1 and EO4. Now these brushes are a little bit more on the pricier side. I don't mind that because I like to invest in good brushes because I know I'm going to take care of them and use them for years and years and years. So if they are in your budget and you are thinking about them, I would definitely recommend them. Now I'd never tried the brand Rare Beauty before, and I finally got something. It's a highlighter. My husband got me this for my birthday and he got it in the shade Exhilarate, which is the one that I wanted because it's not the lightest. I am wearing this today. This is blinding and beautiful, and it looks just, I can't even see my mirror from here, hold. It looks absolutely stunning on the cheek. If you want something a little bit more subtle, this is not for you. I knew that this was going to be blinding, which is why I wanted to pick it up. You can use more or less depending, you know, how bright and crazy you want it to be, but I do like an intense highlight. I've got a little bit on my nose as well, and I think it's a fantastic formula. This is excellent quality. I can see why that there is hype around this product and why it kept selling out and I couldn't get my hands on it, but I absolutely love it, and I definitely want to try more from the brand after trying this highlighter. I need to stop wasting time on each individual product because this video is going to be crazy long otherwise. Okay, we're going to dive into Glow Recipe. So also for my birthday, I got this. I wanted to try a lot of Glow Recipe stuff and I didn't just want to buy one big individual thing because you don't know if you're going to like it. So I thought this was a great way to try out more Glow Recipe things and see if I like them and which ones then I can pick up in a full size. So this is the Glow Recipe Fruit Babies set and it comes with 5 things, and I can't remember the price of this. I feel like it was around £30-ish, which I didn't think was too bad to give 5 different things a go. So you get the Glow Recipe Plump Hyaluronic Cream, which is this one, which I've really been enjoying. I do have dry skin and I feel like this cream is giving my skin everything it needs for hydration. So far I really like this. I've been using these now for about, what day is it? For about a month actually, and I've still got some left. I'm being very sparing with them. But yeah, I really like this. I would definitely pick up the Hyaluronic Cream. The next one is the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dew Drops. Now I was really interested to try these because my skin loves niacinamide. It's really good for texture and the tone of your skin. So I was really excited that it was a watermelon dew drops. I love this product and I think it's fantastic. The only thing I don't like in this mini size, like I'm not sure what the big one looks like, there's a cat hair on it, but the pump. I really struggle. Now I've gone down, I don't know if you'll be able to see how much product, yes, you can see how much product is left in that. I've gone through quite a lot and now it's got to this point, I'm struggling to get any more product out with the pump. Like I'm there, pumping it, my finger is getting a real good workout and it's really difficult to get product out. Now I've reached this point. So the actual product inside, I really like. The pump, I very much dislike. One of the things is in the bathroom and I'm not going to go up and get it because that, like, it's pointless me going up and getting it just to hold in front of you. It's this one here, the green one. It is the Avocado Ceramide Moisture Barrier Cleanser. It's a fantastic cleanser. Like I use a balm cleanser to remove my makeup and then I will use this cleanser to just give my face a full cleanse. I need a drink. I feel like my throat, one moment. Okay, I've had a bit of lemonade. I feel a little bit better. So yeah, the cleanser is a fantastic cleanser. I like to use it. It smells nice. It feels nice on the skin. It definitely doesn't feel too thick or difficult to remove with water. It's a really nice cleanser. And then the other two things is the Strawberry Smooth Salicylic Serum. I've been enjoying this as well. And the Watermelon Glow Pore Tight Toner. Again, really nice products. I like all of these products. I'm gonna have to pick a favourite when it comes to actually repurchasing one because they're not the cheapest when you're buying them individually in a large size, but the pump on the Strawberry Smooth Salicylic Serum works. And I'm quite far down in that, but yeah, it's just this pump that's the issue, but I liked all of those products. Then I also got the 30ml Glow Recipe Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops. Everybody was raving about these and I wanted to try them because I like all the other things I've got from Glow Recipe. However, I think it's okay. I don't think it's anything extraordinary or to write home about, and that could actually be because of my skin type. I have some fine lines. I am dry skinned-ish, but I keep on top of the dryness and keep it at bay. But I don't know. I don't necessarily think it's blurring anything. It's a little bit hydrating. It's okay. Do I think it warrants the price tag? I mean, to be honest, I'd rather reach for my NYX Marshmallow Primer over these. Okay, next we have one of my very recent videos on my channel. So thank you so much if you are a new subscriber from that video. This is the Natasha Denona Yucca palette and I've done 2 videos with this now and 4 looks in total, and I have to say the quality is absolutely stunning. And I'm actually a little bit gobsmacked because Natasha Denona have given me an affiliate link and 15% off affiliated discount code. I will put that on the screen. I will put it in the description box. I am shocked. I'm very grateful. So thank you so much to Natasha Denona. I really wasn't expecting that, especially for a channel of my size. So I really do appreciate that. Like, I love the Natasha Denona formula, especially eyeshadows. I am excited to try more things from the brand. I use the eye primer nearly every time I do my eyeshadow. So over the moon about that one. The eyeshadow palette, I really liked this. If you want to see my in-depth thoughts on how I'm using it, do check out those 2 videos. But I have to say the colour story is delicious. It's a warm toned yellowy, greeny, neutral palette. And I feel like these colours on my skin are very complementary. This shade is my favourite matte shade, which is called Camu Camu, and my favourite shimmer is Plantasia because it is absolutely delicious. I've got all the swatches and everything in that first video. I just like the combination. Now, a lot of people were saying there are a lot of dupe type of palettes, there are a lot of similar colour stories out there and you don't need this one. That is absolutely true. If you've got, for example, the Ace Beauté Tropical Vibes, do you really need this one? I can't remember all the other comparisons. Melt Gemini, people were saying things like that. Maybe you don't need to pick it up. Maybe you're absolutely in love with the Natasha Denona formula and you had to get it anyway, even though you had those other palettes, like me. But yeah, I'm so looking forward to using this some more. But yeah, if you want to check out those 2 videos about that palette, if you want to know anything else, I really rate this palette. I think it's probably one of my favourites that I've got in my collection from Natasha Denona, up there with like Circo Loco. Next, we've got 3 cream products from Revolution Pro. I wanted to pick these up. I've got these as a bundle. I think it was on Beauty Bay, and you can buy all 3 together slightly cheaper. So I got the Goddess Glow Cream Contour and Bronze in Light, and it comes with the Hydra Bright Cream Blush in Peach, and the highlighter is a Glow. And I really like all of these products. I actually think Revolution do amazing cream products, so I was excited to try these. They all do have a little poof. And it's got a little clicker so it can be turned so that the product can come out when you squeeze it, and then you can close it again so it doesn't create an awful mess if you accidentally squeeze the tube. I do think there were more colours that you could pick up. I'm not sure how many, but I will link these down below if you're interested. They do have how much product? 15 ml in each of these, and as you can see, I've already like squeezed them quite a bit. I haven't used them probably more than 4 or 5 times, and I feel like there's not a lot of product, but having said that, there's probably more product in these than some of the more high-end expensive ones. I just think I go through these products super quickly personally, but these are the more affordable ones. I really like them. They work really well. They're easy to use. They're beautiful. Don't know if I've used these in a Get Ready With Me. If I haven't and you want me to, please do let me know. Then I have the About Face Cherry Pick Lip Colour Butter in Orange Days. Now, it is a clicky-uppy situation. And it is super buttery and soft at the top, which is probably why it's not a twist up and down. You have to click it because it is so super smooth. This is a lot more pigmented than I thought it was going to be. And actually, I'm pleasantly surprised, I think. At first, it was a bit of a shock and I was a little bit disappointed because it wasn't what I thought. But using it more, I was happy with the amount of colour that comes off. It is a lot more opaque than I thought. Like, look at that, that's quite opaque for a lip butter, but it is really beautiful. It is shiny, moisturising, it feels nice on the lips, it's not sticky. I really like this. I'd also like to try more from About Face. I need to pick up more things from About Face. Then we'll move on to Mel. So this is the Mel Electric Palette. I have got a video on this, and I did pick up one of the lipsticks that came out at the same time. This is in Sunburst. It's an orange metallic. Yes, that's right, I bought a metallic liquid lipstick. But actually I'm not mad about it because it's the orange one, and I love anything orange on the lips or on the cheeks. And I will say this liquid lipstick, unfortunately, although it didn't feel uncomfortable on the lips, it was actually quite nice and it did look really bright and beautiful, and it's more of a goldeny yellow shift to it, as well as having orange in there, which I really enjoyed. It did kind of break up on my lips a little bit. Which wasn't the best, and you want it to kind of be fully opaque and staying where it is and not missing chunks. So although I really like the formula when I applied it and it felt nice, I don't think the longevity is amazing. I really like the packaging and I really like the colour, which actually surprised me. But the palette itself, I love the packaging of this. I still don't think the inside matches the name. Electric to me is a lot more bright and vibrant. If they wanted it to be more psychedelic like the packaging, maybe they could have done a different name. But inside, regardless of the name, I think it is a gorgeous colour story. I like the tones that have been paired together. Do I think it's a safe colour story for Melt? Yes. But I do like the formula. I do think the mattes are a little bit more on the thin side than previous Melt palettes. There's just something that's a little bit different. They're still pigmented, they still work, they're still blendable, buildable, but they are different. The shimmers are nice, they are pretty. Are they the most spectacular I've got in my collection? No, but they are definitely easy to pick up on a brush, apply on the lid, they look beautiful. So all in all, I'm really happy that I've got this palette. I'd say I'd only recommend it if you desperately love Melt and you want this colour story, but do bear in mind that the matte formula could be a slight bit different. And I did stick the stickers on the back. Then we have the palette that I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is the Wicked Widow Beauty palette. This is the Scissor Hands 2 palette. I do have a video using this and the other one that I picked up from them, which is the Tea Time palette. But I did just use this one for the look today. I used this gorgeous blue here, this light blue, and the shimmer that is spectacular called Imperfect. It's the best shimmer in this palette, is what is on my lid. It is beautiful. This colour story speaks to me so much. These tones, it's absolutely stunning. I can't wait to do some more looks with this and play around with it some more. I can't remember, how many looks did I do? I think I did in my video a look with both of them together and then a separate look for each palette. So there are 3 looks in that video if you want to check it out. But yeah, this palette is slightly better than this one for me, just because these colours call to me. And that shimmer, like I say, absolutely beautifully spectacular, wet looking, like ridiculously special. And this is actually the first time I've tried Wicked Widow Beauty formula, and I am impressed. I don't think they've got my favourite ever matte formula in the world, but it's a really, really good one. And the shimmer's blown me away. Blown me away. Love an indie brand. So the Tea Time palette, just as good, but I mean, there are less options because obviously it's a smaller palette and there isn't the depth that there is in the other one. And if you know me, I love some depth in a look. So that is why I slightly prefer the other one. I think it's just more of a preference thing. I think the formula is just as good as the Scissorhands 2 palette, and I want to pick up more from the brand. Now we have a whole host of things from Beauty Bay, so hold on, get a drink. In fact, I'll have my drink. The Beauty Bay Glow Filter. I do have a video on this, and this is in, what is this in? There's 30 ml of this and it's in BB101. I wasn't keen on this type of product because I'm not overly fussed about looking dewy and glowy all over my face. Like, yes, where I put my highlighter, but not necessarily everywhere. So I'm a little bit dubious about trying products like this. The ones that I've tried from e.l.f. and Collection in the past, I wasn't that in love with. This is my favourite one that I've tried so far. And it does have a pump that seems to be working for now. And I do actually really like this product, and I do think it's slightly better for me and my preferences than the other ones that I've tried. So I've popped this under my foundation. Like, I couldn't wear this on its own because I just feel like I look too sweaty. Apparently you can use this like as a bit of a highlighter topper type of situation as well. I haven't used it like that. I literally just bought it to use it under foundation, and that's what I've been doing, and I've actually been really enjoying it. As long as I don't use too much and I focus it on the areas that I really, really want there to be a shine, a sheen, a bit of dewiness. I don't think it changes the formula of your foundation. I don't think it disrupts it in any way, and I actually really quite like it. So if you like a dewy face, this one could be a good one for you. Then we have the new baked highlighters from Beauty Bay. We've got the Golden Glow and the Peach Glow, and yes, I had to pick up both. Love the fact that they were doing cardboard packaging with these. Not loving the fact that they're so chunky, but the Golden Glow one is absolutely gorgeous. It's more golden, as the name would suggest, and they are a little bit raised. They look real nice. The formula is just as good as all the other Beauty Bay highlight formulas I've used. I really like it. It is quite a blinding formula, not as blinding as the Rare Beauty, but it can be built up to be blinding. It can be, you know, used a little bit on a different brush to be a little bit more sparing and not as in your face. So I feel like this is quite versatile. Obviously we've got 3 shades in here to cover multiple skin tones, and I just think it's really pretty. Then the peach one, we do have a white here, more of a rose gold pinky shade, and a lighter pink, and these are beautiful, beautiful tones. I don't reach for a pink highlighter all that much, I have to say. It's not as often, but I do find myself reaching for this shade the most out of this palette because it is sort of a white with a peachy pinky shift, and I think it is stunning. Really, really nice formula if you are looking for a baked highlighter. Speaking of another highlighter though, then Beauty Bay came out with their Sunrise collection, which I do have a video on, and they came out with a palette in that collection which was limited edition. It is, let me actually grab it, the Tropical palette. This is the reason I picked up the Sunrise collection. Sunrise, sundown, 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 sundown. So the whole collection was £30, which everybody just wanted this palette to be sold separately so they could buy the palette. Like, Beauty Bay, please don't ever do that again. Please just release the palette. I'm hoping that in the future they will just be selling this palette separately so that if you want it, you don't have to buy the whole bundle, because it had sunscreen, SPF, face moisturiser, which I gave to my husband. I know I don't like that. And then there was a grapeseed oil serum-y thing that also I gave to my husband because I'm not that keen on Beauty Bay skincare. I prefer the makeup products. And then it did come with this palette and a plumping lip gloss and a bag. This bag is sold separately for £10 on Beauty Bay. I don't think it's worth £10, and I like, do we need to have it in the bag and then have it more expensive? So you did get the bag with it. The Plumping Lip Gloss is a nice nude shade. It doesn't feel sticky and goopy. It's a really nice consistency. However, it's a stabby one. It's painful. If you like that on your lips, this could be for you. It's in the shade Fizz. You can buy this one separately. You don't have to get this in the bundle. The highlighter and the palette are the only things in this whole bundle that you had to get in the bundle. Did that even make sense? Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to get the bundle to get these things. You can't buy these separately. So the highlighter is called Aura. And I don't know, it was a nice highlighter, but it is not anywhere near as impressive as the other highlighters I've got from Beauty Bay. Like, you look at it and you think it's going to be like stunning because it's got about 4 different shades in it. But I mean, it just comes out a bit goldy and I don't really rate this. And the packaging is that cheap plastic packaging again. The actual palette though, I love Beauty Bay eyeshadow formula. It's not my absolute favourite in the world, but I think for the price it is really, really good. It's not the most buildable formula in the world, but the mattes are very, very pigmented, which is why I like it. And they are very blendable. I do love this colour story. I think it's fantastic for summer. It is a delicious sundown palette. I will say though, I do remember thinking that this watermelon shade that actually looks like it's getting a little bit of hard pan now because I've had to dig into it that much. It didn't translate as deep on the eye as what I was hoping, and I didn't have a super, super, super light inner corner shade for me personally, but you can reach into other things. I did reach into this highlighter because obviously you don't need that in every single palette. I just like to point it out to you in case you definitely want that in a palette and you're of a similar skin tone to me. But I really do like this palette. I do think this could have been a lot deeper, or at least just translated the same on the eye as what it is in the pan. And there could have been a lighter shade, but I do like the variety of colours in this. I think it is delicious. And the last thing from Beauty Bay, I don't think I actually included this in my last speed review. Did I? Did I include this? This is the Bronze Blush Glow Face Palette. It's sort of the medium skin tone because they brought out two, a light and a dark, and this is sort of the medium-y one. So I picked it up because I thought I could get use out of it when I have a fake tan on. But actually this is the bronzer I used today because this bronzer seems to be slightly lighter than the bronzer that's in the light face palette, which is a little bit strange. I do really like the blush shades in this, and definitely I can use the highlighter when I've got a full fake tan on. It's a little bit deep for me right now, but really, really like this. Like the packaging that it's cardboard, like that. And I like the shades that are included, and I think the formulas are beautiful for all 4 of these shades. Don't worry, we're nearly done. We've only got Colourpop to go. I picked up the Alice in Wonderland Colourpop collection and not all of it. I'll start out with the little lip mask thing. Again, I haven't used these in a speed review, have I? Have I? So I do have a video dedicated to all of these products if you want to see them in more close detail. You want to know how much they are, that type of thing. But the lip mask is beautiful. This is my favourite lip mask that I have in my collection, and the fact that it's got the little spatula makes me very, very happy, so I don't have to dig my nail into a little pot. You open a little mushroom, it smells beautiful and it feels lovely on the lips. And the fact that it's Alice in Wonderland themed as well is just all the better, but I really do rate this as a product regardless of it being adorable. Okay, so the lips. I'm actually wearing the Queen of Hearts lipstick, the red that came in the Alice in Wonderland collection today. I haven't popped the matching gloss on, but I do really rate these glosses that are in this collection, the Alice and the Queen of Hearts gloss. I think they're really, really nice. They're not as opaque as what they are in the tube. On the lip, they're a little bit more subtle and just a little bit glittery, and leaning a subtle shade in whatever you can see on the packaging. So I do think they are a beautiful formula. The actual lipsticks, I think these are a fantastic formula as well. For a bullet lipstick, and especially an affordable one, I think this is quite good. It's got quite good longevity. It is beautiful and vibrant. It's not tuggy on the lips. It's comfortable. It is a matte finish, and I think it's a gorgeous red tone. This is the Queen of Hearts one. I can't actually remember the specific name, and unfortunately I don't think it's actually, is it on the packaging? Yes! My Ways. It's just very shiny, so I couldn't see it. So that is what that one is. My Ways. Really, really love that lipstick. And the Alice one is Most Curious, and this is a lot more of a pinky tone. It's still, you know, not far off what I've got on my lips, but it is a lot more of a pinky tone, and it does look different when you actually apply it. Again, a really nice lipstick and a little bit of a different shade if a bright red is not for you. The blushes. The blushes okay, the blushes aren't the favourite thing from the collection. The favourite thing that I picked up was the lip mask. However, the blushes come a very, very close second because I love. So I've got the Oh Dear blush, which is the Alice blush, which I don't pick up a lot of pink blushes because I Do I wear a lot of pink in general? No, not particularly, and I just don't have a lot of pink blushes in my collection, although I wanted to try this one and I'm very pleasantly surprised. In the video where I was using this, it looked beautiful on. It surprised me. It's a lovely formula. It was a very buildable formula. It can start out quite sheer if you want it to, and you can build it up to be more of a vibrant pink if you want to, but it is a gorgeous pastel blush. Really, really like that. But actually my favourite out of the two is Silence, which I didn't think it would be. Red blush scares me, especially after trying the MAC Stranger Things red blush and I look like I've been slapped. This one is stunning. I use my Jaclyn Hill and Morphe brush, which is it? JH06, which is a lot more of a flimsy brush so that it doesn't pack on all the product and you look like you've got a big red cheek. And if you just pick up a little bit of product, build it up and blend it out. I'm actually wearing this as a blush today. It looks a lot more vibrant on camera than it does in person, I promise. But it is beautiful for a red. I'm actually shocked at how much I want to reach for a red blush now that I own this. And last but not least, the Alice in Wonderland and Colourpop palette. I was so excited for this. I'm always the most excited usually for an eyeshadow palette in a collection when it's coming out. So obviously this was going to be the main attraction for me. The packaging is absolutely stunning. Obviously I've got all the swatches and all of that good stuff if you want to check out the video that I did. The inside, again, packaging inside, look at Alice tumbling around, just absolutely gorgeous. The colour story is a little bit of a strange one. It's a bit of a strange one. I don't think everyone was expecting this colour story for Alice. Some people love it, some people hate it. It's a little bit like Marmite. I will say at least it's got a black. Now the black does look like a shimmer, but it's actually a matte black with sparkle in it and you can use it as a matte. So I'm glad that that's there because I needed some depth. I need something, give me something. But yeah, I'm glad that's there, but then to try and make it work with the other light pastel mattes is a bit of a challenge, so that wasn't my favourite. I don't think that's the easiest thing to do. The shimmers are beautiful. The I'm Late shade is a pressed glitter. Now I think Colourpop have now mastered pressed glitters that are eye safe. So it's not one of those really, really gritty, chunky, awful pressed glitters, but also it's still not my favourite. I used this by dabbing my finger in and then all over the lid to kind of create that ethereal type of look rather than picking it up on a brush and sort of packing it into one specific area. So I feel like if you're going to use it like that, it can work quite nicely. The other shimmers are really pretty. Especially these two up here, they are stunning. But the only shimmer that I really, really dislike, and I don't know what's going on with the formula, is down here. It's called Lose Something. It's a very odd formula. It's a little bit putty-like. It feels a little bit gritty when you put your finger in. It's a difficult one to work with. It was difficult to get it off a brush and off my finger onto my eye. When it was on, it looked beautiful. Really, really pretty, but the formula is the issue, and that is not my favourite formula from Colourpop. So all in all, I was a little bit disappointed overall with this palette, if I'm going to be honest. Now I think that's it. I feel like when I finish filming this video and I'm editing, I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to be speed reviewing that too. So if that is the case, and there is something you was desperately wanting to know about, please do let me know in the comments and I will definitely include it in my next speed review, and hopefully I won't wait as long until the next one, and hopefully I will have had an actual list of things that I'm supposed to be speed reviewing. I need to be more organised, but you'll be very pleased to know that I've cleaned all my brushes. If you know, you know. Thank you so much for checking out this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hoped it was helpful for you and it's given you some of my preferences and experiences with the products that I've used if you was considering picking any up, or if you just want to look and talk about makeup, I mean, that's great too. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. Please stick around and subscribe if this is the type of content that you enjoy, especially anything related to eyeshadow palettes and bright, colourful makeup, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye!